Now HANA administration starts today. So when HANA administration starts, the very first fundamental question what I have to have is, the moment you hear a word SAP HANA system or SAP HANA or HANA, what you guys are going to realize with this word, most of the people have a wrong perceptions about HANA or SAP HANA or SAP HANA system. So to explain you this, what is HANA means? SAP HANA is in-memory computing. In-memory computing. So up till now, guys, whatever the databases what we have discussed and we have worked with, these all are traditional databases, traditional RDBMS structures. When you hear a word traditionally, traditional RDBMS structure means this entire database is stored on a hard drive. Okay, so it doesn't mean that HANA doesn't get stored on a hard drive. It even stores on a hard drive only. But the difference here is the storage, row column storage or column row storage. There are two ways of storing the data. The traditional ways are row column. But when it comes to your HANA database, guys, it eventually gets loaded on your hard disk only when you load a HANA DB or HANA system. When you say HANA system or when you say HANA or when you say SAP HANA system, these are all same, projecting towards a separate database, right? What SAP has built. Now, what is the difference between your regular RDBMS as Oracle, MS SQL, DB2, MaxDB, Sybase, and a different HANA is, when you start HANA DB or HANA system, SAP HANA means it's projecting towards HANA DB only. And when you load this SAP HANA in a particular system, it becomes HANA system or SAP HANA system. So what happens, it will buffer the entire database into RAM. Got it? So then the processing, whatever happens, it happens through RAM only rather than hard disk. So that means the storage, whatever you're doing, everything will come into the RAM first, and then eventually backend it will be pushing into your database as well. The processing and everything happens in a RAM. So when anyone directly asks you, is HANA only a database? A big question. Answer for that is HANA is not just a database at all. So then what it is? So now let us write down SAP HANA. SAP HANA. What it is, let us understand. Write down. SAP HANA system is a in-memory database which consists of set of in-memory processing engines. Set of in-memory processing engines. In olden days, the abbreviation of HANA used to be what is HANA abbreviation, Amma? Means abbreviation in the sense like HANA ka full form. Write down high performance analytical appliance. This used to be the abbreviation of SAP HANA, but today no one call it as high performance analytical appliance. So why today people are not calling it as high performance analytical appliance? Why we used to call this earlier? Any idea, guys? What do you mean by appliance? What do you mean by appliance? So guys, the moment you hear a word appliance, what you have to understand about it. Guys, whenever you hear a word appliance, it means a hardware which comes with a software. I'm talking about the birth of HANA. Why SAP has developed in-memory computing database, which is no other database or no other. So when SAP has decided to build this HANA database, guys. They were having one perception in the mind that I want my customers to get reports on a fly. What does this statement means? Simple, guys. If you are running such a company wherein your decisions need to be taken instantly, right? And when you need want to take a decisions instantly, the traditional databases are not so appropriate to give the reports instantly. What does it mean? Guys, if you are running your business now, if you are running your business now, you have lot of different things what you sell in your stock. Let me take a traditional example of a retail company. Retail means, let us talk about big bazaar. Okay. Now, when you talk about big bazaar or more or DMart, how many DMart stores we have across the globe? For example, let us take it to be 1,000. In this 1,000 stores, I want to understand in a real time picture in which store when the stock of a particular item is getting sold out. When traditional databases used to be used, whenever a report has to run, and that report may take hours together to run, and if suppose at morning 9 o'clock a Colgate toothpaste in a particular what do you say store is sold out, but that report used to run by the time people get the message or when people get the report from SAP system, it used to be evening. So that means morning till evening, whichever customer has come to buy a cold paste, they will go to another store and buy it. Yes or no? So if I get the information from every store that which items are sold out and what is the status of my storage, then I can take an instant decision of refilling them from my warehouse. So this kind of need has happened in multiple businesses. I've just given you a retail example, right? So, but our traditional databases, wherein an Oracle or MSSQL, DB2, this large amount of data are input by these storekeepers every minute, every second across the globe. So, our ECC6 system was built in such a way that it is only OLTP system. OLTP means every minute there are transactions in it. To get the information out of your system as a report, it used to take hours. This was the need wherein people started thinking we want some better RDBMS that can give a report on a fly. Fly means whenever people are moving here and there. Suppose you have for all the warehouses, you have a stock manager. That fellow has to have an iPad in his hand. He will be moving across this place to that place, and the reports used to come in a mobile and as well as instantly. A stock is over, or they will be keeping a threshold. If a 10 pieces are left out, you send me a report out of the system. So that kind of information, if I want from SAP system, it becomes impossible. So ultimately, what is happening? Customer, the businesses are facing losses because of data not reaching the managers in time. So there was a need in SAP world that to build such an RDBMS or such a database system, which itself has to send you this messages or this reports instantly. So they lay a foundation of HANA system. Then they started thinking how much RAM you increase, RAM will run with one proportionate. RAM is running with 1,000 RPMs, suppose. When it comes to hard disk rotate only with 100 RPMs. So the matching between RAM and a hard disk is not happening. First of all, what kind of hard disk we used to have? We used to have IDE. Then what kind of hard disk we have got? We got SATA. Then what we have got? We have got flash drives. Flash drives are faster, but they cannot compete with RAM. So SAP owners started thinking, why don't we build some database system which has to totally reside in RAM, which will be 1,000 times faster than other traditional RDBMSs, and where 1,000 times faster, the reports will come to the business as early as possible. Then they would take an instant decision. Thereby, the businesses should increase more profits compared with the systems which are running on traditional RDBMS. So this was a thought behind why people have thought about HANA system or SAP HANA system, or what we call as SAP HANA DB. It's one of the name. So then SAP started building the system. Up till then, the maximum RAM which you used to carry in your ECC6 production would be 64 GB or hardly 128 GB or so. But to build such a system which gives instant reporting, we need terabytes of RAM. And the hardware was not built in that way by these hardware vendors. So SAP has first of all connected two, three hardware vendors and said, built such a system that I need a 5 terabyte of RAM on it. And with a flash drive, no SSDs. I want flash drives which can run equivalent to a RAM as well. So then this hardware vendor started building a specific system. Then SAP started loading that particular SAP HANA system on that hardware. And initially, if anyone says that we want a HANA system, SAP started selling this HANA system along with the hardware. Are you understanding what I'm trying to say? And when a software is sold along with the hardware, what name we give to that particular system? Compliance. The hardware along with the software. So, sir, how it fit the environment then? Listen to me, how it fit the environment. Why? Because I have ECC6 running on Oracle EC6 development quality production, and you bought a new appliance into your environment which is on HANA. How this Oracle data used to connect HANA, sir? Therein the concept of SLT stands for system landscape transformation has come. So every day, whatever the businesses which are happening, that has to happen in ECC6 Oracle itself. And when that will be pushed to your another HANA system, we have to have an intermediate system with the name System Landscape Transformation that will transfer the data of Oracle into HANA. And then from that HANA appliance, people used to get the reports. Initially, that was the situation. And next, after that, what I say, what people have said, like, we have to buy another appliance, we don't like it again on our landscape, we have already our systems, you're asking us to buy another. This all happened in 2015 itself, right? And people said, like, why don't you give us a system, because reporting system is BW. So why don't you give us a capability of loading this BW system on HANA? So then SAP has built a specific HANA system which can have a BW loaded on it. So that's the reason to make a system as a BW system. What we have done, we have loaded a NetViewer system and then we have loaded a BI content, right? Yes or no? That was a traditional thing. But now SAP on HANA, they started giving a separate software. So there is no need of you loading any content or anything. Directly have us download a software from marketplace, which can be a BW system which can run on HANA DB. The first thing which came on HANA is BW system. So in the landscape, all the systems are on different databases. Now BW system only is loaded on HANA. So it used to have a pull and push kind of a concept. Whatever the data, what is there in ECC6 system, which will be pulled into HANA, and the reports used to be coming to the managers instantly, so that they started taking the decision. Then there was a little delay. Why? Because Oracle has to push it to SLT, and SLT has to push it to BW HANA again. So then what started, people started asking next, what is this happening, sir? If you are able to develop a system on BW HANA, why don't you develop a system on ECC on HANA as well? Then slowly ECC was developed, then CRM was developed, then SRM was developed, then Solution Manager was developed in such a way that it can fit on HANA database or HANA system. So this was a history, Amma. This was a history of HANA. Then after people getting stabilized on ECC HANA, they started giving one component which can be specifically added on to ECC system. Right before S for HANA system, the component started getting added onto the system. And what component? Finance component first added. Then after a while, in 2016, SAP has released a new system with the name S for HANA. With the name S for HANA. So 2015 only SAP has released. In which year? March 2015. And what was the name given to that system? S for HANA Finance 1503. Only finance was updated, and regular what do you say, the modules are equivalent to whatever you have in ECC6. Next, what SAP has done, another system is released in November 2015 with the name Component S for HANA. Then next, 1605 in 2016. And next, and what is the latest one today? S for HANA 2025 in November 2025. Got it? So in this way, SAP started building the systems for us. Now today what we have? Today we have 2025 which we are using in our classes. Right? So before you think of loading S for, first we need to understand the architecture of HANA. So when a HANA DB was released, Amma, what was the name of the DB? The name of the DB was HANA 1.0, right? And then afterwards, SAP has released one more DB, enhancing this as HANA 2.0. And after HANA 2.0, Amma, there is no other DB what SAP has released. The only thing SAP has got is new patches SPS support pack stack on what? HANA 2.0. Now we are planning to load this HANA 2.0 in our classes on a very first class. But before which, I like to explain you the architecture of HANA system. I want you guys to understand the architecture of HANA system. Guys, when you traditionally speak about an architecture, guys, most of the people will feel like comparing it with Oracle and all. Here, SAP has made a very simple thing. They have first built different servers. They have not built everything as a HANA system itself. They have built very specific servers first, and they have given very different names to it. The very first server what they have built is index server. What do you call that as? Index server. Wait. Then you have got name server. Then you have got pre-process server. In this way, different servers are built. And after building all these servers, guys, after building all these servers with the name index server, name server, pre-process server, compiler server, then internal web dispatcher, SS server, they have built all these servers and collectively made this as a HANA system. So HANA system comprises of how many different servers, Amma? Can you tell me how many different servers? What is that? Name server, pre-process server, compiler server, index server, internal web dispatcher, and access server. And who all people are going to connect that HANA system? Any client application which comes with SQL or MDX, any client application which connects via HTTP, any web-based development tools as HTTP, and as well as how to work on this particular HANA system as we use a Studio or MS SQL. Similar way, we have HANA Studio as well. Now you can write down a HANA. See this. You have to write down, and as well as you take a picture out of it. Amma. Can you take a picture for this mobile? Open your mobile and take a picture of architecture of HANA. Take your mobile and take a picture. This admin, what we have to understand about the architecture of HANA system, if you ask me, sir, all these servers, what is this? Name server, next. Pre-process server, next. Compiler server, next. Index server, next. Internal web dispatcher, next. Access server. So the only thing what we have to have is we have to have an understanding about each and every server. Now write down SAP HANA system comprises of SAP HANA system comprises of multiple servers, multiple servers. Remember this architecture with this number. What five number is for? Six number is for? Seven number is for? Eight, sir, eight, nine, 10. Only remember things between 5 to 10. These are different servers which collectively makes SAP HANA system. Externally, how many people can access this HANA system? This HANA system is not only developed for SAP's applications. Any application in the world can store the data in HANA system. Are you understanding, guys? Anyone have any question on this? Chalo guys, complete your Fury practical. Look into that particular video. Try to write down something or try to come back to me. Tomorrow we are going to take up the installation of HANA system. Thanks for your time. Bye bye. Next class people who have just joined, can you rejoin once again?